Hey, hope you're all doing well. So I still have the Space Echo on loan from Roland Australia. Thank you very much. I did post a video the other day talking about 5 awesome features that you can't access on the hood. So if you haven't watched that, check that one out there. Someone did comment on that video and asked, how does this compare to the Space Echo that's in the GT-1000 or the GT-1000 core? And I thought, that's a good question. So let's check that out. Going to be using my Gibson Mojave Burst today because it's beautiful. Just got this very simple rig, compressor, JC120. I'm going to switch to this X-modded amp at some point as well. Noise suppressor, it's a bit of EQ. So here is the Space Echo, the real one. I've got it in send and return 1, just in mono for today. And master delay right there is the Space Echo in the GT-1000 core. So I'm using the core, but obviously the processing is the same from the core to the big one. First of all, having a look in the GT-1000, straight up, you've got a few different things. There's a high cut option. Obviously you've got the bass and the treble knobs on the Space Echo itself, so that's kind of similar, except that's a high cut and there's no low. Yeah, there's no low option there, so you don't really get a bass and treble. So there already is a difference. We'll leave it at flat. So you've got this extra modulation, depth and modulation rate on there. We'll turn that off. And you've got ducking in the GT-1000 version as well. So again, turn that down. Wow, and flutters there. Leave that at 0 for the moment. Let's adjust. So on the surface, I've got them more or less looking the same, but let's just have a listen. So firstly, this is the rig. Got a little bit of plate reverb in here as well. All right, so let's check the real one first. Actually, that's one thing I found, that if you've got this turned right down, there's not a lot of output on there. Where's my rate? So let's just hear how the rate compares. Okay, so speed that up. Too much again. Phew, touchy. All right, now the GT-1000. Look, at first playthrough there, they tonally sound very similar. I've got everything more or less turned down, so there's no mucking around with the wow and the flutter. There's no modulation yet. So let's do that next. So I'm going to put the wow and the flutter to approximately 50. Cool. We'll check the real one first. Let's turn the volume up, hey? So checking the GT-1000. Let's crank this now. 100% wow and flutter. Turn this up. Cool. So it's a bit more obvious there when you've got it cranked. Let's crank it on this one. Whoa. Heaps more on the real one. Yeah, so so much more movement on those delay repeats in the actual Space Echo. But you got to remember as well, this one has a modulation knob as well. So let's hear if that does something. Okay. So that's more in the same ballpark now. Cool. All right, switch it back. I still think it's a different kind of movement. It's just by a couple of little tweaks there. You can get pretty close on the GT-1000 version of the Space Echo. So pretty good. Now, obviously, another big difference is that on the old one, or rather on the GT-1000, you can only get the 3 tape heads that comes from the original Space Echo, whereas in the new one, they've added the 4th tape head, which is pretty cool. Another feature that is not here in the GT-1000 is the option to change the type of tape. So on here, you've got this button here, you press that and you can go to new tape or an old tape. Let's hear the difference. So it's a lot darker. Now again, on this one, you could probably just bring this high cut down. That brings it a little bit closer. If we high cut, then it makes it sound a little bit older. It's got less of that clarity on the high end. Come back to the send and return. Yeah, cool. So there you go. Like, you can get it pretty close in the GT-1000. That's mad. Let's just have a listen on the heavy channel now. What does this do? Again, sounds pretty similar. I don't mind it, actually. It's pretty good. We're going to change tape heads. Let's go to tape heads 1 and 3, hey? I want to go back to new tape. And then we'll try this one on 1 and tape heads 1 and 3. I've not adjusted the rate on the new Space Echo, so I'm not going to adjust it in the GT-1000. Oh, well, it's shorter, that's for sure. Just the feedback. Well, that's significantly different. Yeah, so it's going to be hard to match them, I think. one has this sort of natural, almost a ducking sort of feel to it when you're playing, especially on the heavier channels. Now that's where this ducking feature on the GT-1000 would come in handy. So if we bring this one, sensitivity pre-depth. So that feels nicer there with a bit of ducking in it. Jazz, am I right? Sick. Look, so that's a really quick little comparison right there, but on the surface I think we can pretty much tell that they're obviously going to be different. However, you can get pretty damn close in the GT-1000 version. Obviously we're going to be missing that fourth tape head, and there's a few parameters they're going to tweak. So this has the saturation level on it as well, so you can have those repeats get a bit more distorted as they decay, whereas here on the GT-1000 that option is not there. So end of the day, I think, yes, you can very much get away with it in the GT-1000, which is the whole point. That's designed to be a multi-effects, all-in-one, take it to the gig, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Whereas with the Space Echo, it's just cool. Pedals are cool, man. Buy pedals, get pedals. I don't get anything for saying that. Just buy pedals because they're mad. But in saying that, I think the modeling world is fantastic as well. And, you know, buy modelers because they're all amazing. Hello, this is Lauren. She says hi. And she'd just like to interrupt and give me a kiss on my face. I'm loving the world of music gear at the moment. There's just so many wonderful things and some recreations of some mad classic pieces of gear that we can now get in such a small little format. Isn't it just wonderful? Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you next time.